Hello everybody and welcome back to an episode from JK with the AK. Guys, this video is a little bit different. I fancied a break from the official PvP videos. Don't worry, we haven't been wiped on none of that. That is coming very soon with wars and trolling and all that other cool stuff. But guys, I will just fill you in here on, I've made a list of the top 5 dinosaurs that need to be changed or buffed or made bigger or example. And I recommend that you don't waste time taming them until Wildcard makes a decision to upgrade these. Hopefully they will eventually. Guys, this is my personal opinion. There's a lot of you going to be upset here. And not all of these dinosaurs are useless at the moment. But I do think they need to be better. And I use a lot of these dinosaurs which are in this list. So don't be mad if you disagree. Comment down below your opinions and your thoughts and your top 5. For the top 5 dinosaurs that you think should be buffed or changed or even nerfed. I've not included nerfed creatures in this list. So guys, let's get into number 5. So number 5 in this top 5 dinosaurs that I think need to be buffed or made better is the Gigantopithecus. Now I've made here a nice little slideshow and it's got a picture of an ARK Gigantopithecus, and down here is the top 3 problems for this. Now Gigantopithecus I love. I'm a massive fan of Bigfoot in real life. I am a humongous fan of this tame and I love it. Now, problems here just off the bat, I'll name some more, but one of them is 150s. For some reason these things used to be everywhere, but 150s have now been made. Well, they've always been hard to find, but this creature's really hard to find now. For me, anyway. The redwood a lot and stuff, and I do still see quite a lot, but 150s seem to be impossible to find. And the breeding, it takes nearly 4 days to raise one of these for little reward, in my opinion, and it's just not worth it. Small, laughable size, laughable, and it is a laughable size. This thing's tiny compared to something like the MEGALOCEROS or other land creatures which walk around. Even the dire bear and stuff makes this look teeny, and it shouldn't do. Gigantopithecus in real life, well, rumoured to be, were nearly 10 feet tall. Now this, I know ARK has not gone by the right size and the right size of different things, but in my opinion, this should be made bigger. They should live in the snow on the mountains, like the Alp bit on the island and stuff, and Ragnarok, and they should be a lot bigger, or make a bigger variety, like the Alpha Gigantopithecus. They should be able to chuck rocks, they should be able to pick up humans and chuck the humans about. This thing could be made awesome. And now the game's out, I think they should put a little bit of time to make this thing better again. Bring back the Gigantopithecus to its true potential, because in my opinion this thing's been completely forgotten about. Stats are very low. You tame one of these, you can pump everything, maybe get it to 4 or 5k health, but still it seems to take damage because there's no saddle on this thing. It's a disappointing outcome when you tame a 150. It takes a life. It used to take an age to get enough Titan Burr eggs to get 150, but I think it's now easy because you can tame the snakes. But still, I think this thing needs to be buff stats, made bigger, put in the snow, because the current spawn is rare. It's like a rare thing, but when it spawns, all the bloody other dinosaurs seem to kill it straight away. So it seems to aggro onto things, and they aggro onto that, and it's killing it. It's nearly extinct in its own game, and this is one of the original creatures which come out in a patch before a lot of other things. So yeah, and you can say attach C4 to yourself and let this thing chuck you in the air. You can be chucked in the air with this thing. It's cool, but people know that. No one does that anymore. That's one of the most useful creatures to go in caves because of a small size, and it can get decent health and damage, which allows you to withstand the onyxes, the spiders, the scorpions, different things like that. But arthropleurs and that rip you, and yeah. But that's the Gigantopithecus, and that's my personal opinion that thing needs to get buffed, in my personal opinion. What's number 4? Well, number 4 is going to surprise a lot of you. It's the MEGALODON. Now, I don't know if you've tamed one of these things, but you seem to pump a lot of points into stamina. When you're out on this thing, if you run out of stamina, it runs out of stamina super quick, and the levels don't seem to get stamina very high. And you go out and you run out of stamina, just say, and you get mashed. Other Megalodons team up, and as soon as that dies, or if you die, you're both screwed. Because the effect on the Megalodons, which is a new thing released, once if you die, no, if your Megalodon dies, if you run out of stamina, that dies, and you're swimming off, that will send the Megalodons into aggro mode, so they all just come from miles away. So you need to be careful when riding one of these things. And why tame a Megalodon? You can tame a Megalodon to level 20, whatever. You get your tame arrow, you get your trank arrows, go out, find one of these in the shallow water, you can tame one. Why do you do that when there's a lot, and I mean a lot better creatures and fish and different creatures in the ocean you can tame, which are a lot better than this thing, and it just completely puts it to the back. And real life, again, I know ARK doesn't compare sizes, but Megalodons in real life, when they're a thing, I know there's an Alpha Megalodon which is bigger, that's out, which is awesome, I'm glad for that. But, in my opinion, Megalodons should be made bigger. They should be, I would say, double the size. They should be bigger than the DINOSAUR'S fish, not smaller. They should be bigger. And I think Megalodons definitely should be bigger. They should be feared. They're a shark. Megalodons are a shark. You need to see them in the water, think, oh my god, no, I'm scared, can't go in the water. But no, you see one and like, oh, they're rubbish. You just pike it to death. So in my opinion, Megalodons, a lot of you will disagree with this one, but Megalodons, in my personal opinion, need a massive overhaul if they're going to get me taming one anytime soon. Let's get into number 3. Number 3 could aggro a lot of you guys onto me for this, but in my personal opinion, the CHALICOTHERIUM is I love it. I love the CHALICOTHERIUM. I love seeing them. I loved it when they come out. But in my opinion, better creatures have come out after this, which are the same tier level, so level of character and stuff for saddles, and you should be taming them at the same sort of time, have took over this thing, and this is a new creature. Now, in my opinion, the CHALICOTHERIUM is small. I think it should be made 0.2 of a size bigger, just made a little bit beefier, just half that distance between that and the Megatherium. This thing should be made a little bit bigger. 3 problems I can name straight off the bat here, I've got them on the screen, is it takes an age to tame. I had a guy in one of my tribe once, he grinded ages to get enough beer together to tame 2 of these things, and it took a long time. We were like, oh, we've got some battle tames. But, no. Trust me, this is no war tame. You can take it to war, and the Gigas, the Rexes, they'll go through this thing in seconds. That's disappointing. And I think a cool idea for this thing, to make it better, is this should be something aimed at them Primitive Plus players. This should have a saddle on it, which has a craftable rock, like the boulder in the catapult, and you should be able to make, like, I don't know, a couple of metal, or, no, not metal, just, I don't know, 200 stone, a boulder or something, and you should get on this thing, craft one, and the CHALICOTHERIUM will then put it in a saddle, no, then hold it in his hand, just say it can hold 2 at a time or something, and that can, like, just chuck them, and that can destroy stone. That would bring a new dimension of raiding to Primitive Plus and to Primitive servers. That would really change the game, and I think this thing would be loved, and a lot of people would do that PvE side of getting the beer to then go out and get this on a Primitive Plus server. I think the CHALICOTHERIUM is could be a good tame. It farms berries like mad. It is a good berry tame, but there's so many of them now. You're not going to tame these just for berries. At the moment, in my opinion, the best use for this creature is sitting them as like a decoration in your castle walls. Having 2 sit either side of your base, of your gate. That's the only good thing about a CHALICOTHERIUM. So that's my opinion on that. Coming in at number 2 could be the Onyx or the ARANEO. So I've gone with the ARANEO because the Onyx do hit kind of hard. And this thing, I've tamed one. I've done a video taming one at the time. I thought it was decent. But in reality, I don't even know. 3 things here I've named straight off the bat. First thing is takes time to repair. You've got to get the ghillie armor, the stimulant. I know for some people it don't take a long time, but it's just the fact that you're doing all that work just to go and tame a spider. Back in the day, early ARK days, we had one of these in our base, and everyone who tried to raid this killed. They were OP, but they seem to be tuned down a little bit and made a little bit weaker. I'd think that's just to counteract the people going and farming the Chitin Cave, and they've made these slightly less OP, and then made the Arthur Plura the king of the caves. That's, I think, what they've done. I think ARANEOs, I don't know what to do these. They're weak AF, I'm not going to say the swear word, but you tame one of these, you walk it in against any other side, like a Sabertooth or something, which is same sort of tier level, Sabertooth will win. Stuff like that will wreck them. So you're not going to put effort into tame something if it's going to get smashed. Now, the thing that annoys me about this thing is, so many people are petrified of spiders in real life. They hate them. This thing could be made a badass. You could tame it, you could put a cool saddle on it, you could colour it in, you could like have like banners and stuff on this thing, and you could run it at people. That could have an effect like the bumblebee. You tame one, that make a nest, and you get more than one, and you can harvest some sort of stuff to make a different kind of trank arrow, or some sort of, I don't know, potion or something. This ARANEO really could be badass. The only thing, in my opinion, they're used for is kiting, and that's by killing them, and that doesn't make a very attractive tame. So, yeah, that's I don't know, it's disappointing because that could really, really be a really good tame. So, let's get into number one. Number one is a topic a lot of people will want to be suggesting their own creature, but this is my personal opinion. Every other dinosaur which is useless in the game is good for kibble. Now this thing, I've got the male MEGALOCEROS on here because that is one of the best farmer dinos you can get. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm over the moon that the female MEGALOCEROS is in the game. Like 2 different sorts. That's awesome. I love that. But in my opinion, that doesn't represent what this thing is for. The female MEGALOCEROS is the worst dinosaur that needs a buff in my personal opinion. It has no attack. It's annoying to tame because it runs away. I know you can bowler it, but that's not the point. The male is good. The male is so good you're not going to even go to this to tame it. Here's my idea how it should be made better. Now, if this thing isn't going to have an attack, you could maybe give it a weak attack. Maybe it could sneeze and it blinds enemies, giving it a chance to run. Maybe a silly idea. Maybe this thing should have a buff on rare flowers. If you get this and you like go against berry bushes, you maybe should get like 25% more rare flowers. That would give you a little bit of a purpose to maybe get one of these things. That might not be enough to tempt you. But even this thing could be made cosmetic. So have the male and the female naturally breed in the wild. So you'll have like young MEGALOCEROS, like the penguins, you have young MEGALOCEROS running around, and they run around in groups. Because at the very least, because this is in the game, they're not going to take it out. You might as well do it so they have like little packs of younger creatures running around like flocks of these things with a male leader. Just so you have 4 or 5, one adult female, an adult stag at the front, which is the male MEGALOCEROS, and 3 or 4 youngsters, different sizes, juvenile, adolescent. If you tame one of them, you'll then got to take it back and care for it like you do when you're breeding. Female MEGALOCEROS, in my opinion, the worst creature in ARK. For uses, I can think of more. Gallimimus I think is shite, but it is good for raiding. But the MEGALOCEROS, in my opinion, is the worst creature to tame at this current moment because it has no point to getting it at all. No reasons to tame this thing. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this top 5, it took me a little while to edit and make this video. I would appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Tell your friends about the channel. Guys, please do let me know your opinions by putting 5 bullet points and then putting your personal 5, and let me know what you agreed with, if you like any of my ideas or if you didn't, down below. Also, let me know if you want more top 5 videos. I've got a lot planned. This is the JK the AK channel. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care and adios.